Hello, this is LordUg. Yes, it is, and welcome to a Q&A. Yeah, you're excited now, aren't you? No, you're not. You're not excited at all. But anyway, I'll still do it because I said I would, and I have been asked some questions, so I should answer them. Usually I'm not good with Q&As, and I just don't do them. But I have been asked a few, some of them about Dimash, so I figured I should answer as many as I can. There weren't that many. There's probably about 10 or 11. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's about 10. So that's not too bad. But we'll get into it. I can't really give my disclaimer because there is no pause too much because we're not listening to anything to pause to. But I will still talk a lot. But that's what I've got to do. There's only me talking. Let's get to it. Where in UK do you live? Well, I'm not going to give you my address, but what I will say is this. I live in a county, because in UK we have counties. It's a bit like America has states, but the states are a lot bigger. But we have counties, and I live in a county called Derbyshire. It's in the kind of in the middle of UK. In fact, I'll put a picture on screen where Derbyshire is. So yeah, that's that one answered. That's where I hail from. Right, what is your real name? Again, I'm not going to give my full name, but I will. And I've said it on a few videos. But if you missed it, my name is Michael. So there you go. You can call me Michael. You can call me LordUg. I don't care. Just as long as it's not insulting, I don't mind. Well, even if it's insulting, I suppose. As long as it's not too bad. Carry on. Favourite Dimash song? I think I mentioned this. It's Sinful Passion. Mainly because of that. Like that. I can't do it. I'm sorry. But, because of that part, it had a very strong effect on me. And then mix that with his singing skill, technical skill, and everything else, and his emotion already. It just made it such an impactful song for me. So it made it my favourite. It's not just about, which is the best sounding song or things like that. It's a lot of factors. And Simple Passion ticks them off, most of them off for me. So I would say, out of Dimash songs, so far, Simple Passion. And it will take a lot of beating because of that part in it that made me sad. Okay, why did you not like the end of Kiev Autumn Strong? It's not right. I tried to explain it, but it's not that I didn't like the end of it. In fact, quite the contrary. In fact, sorry, I'm just going to cross these questions off because I might end up. You'll hear me scribbling. I'm sorry, but it's like I do what I want to. I don't want to answer the same one twice. Okay, yeah, it wasn't that I didn't like it. In fact, quite the opposite. I'll be honest with you. It was incredibly impressive. When you've not seen that kind of thing before, that is incredibly impressive. Because I was trying to explain it, but I was kind of mumbling a bit about it. I was thinking of something else at the time, so my train of thought got disturbed. But what I was trying to say was that opera singers used to do it without microphones in the past, but they did it in smaller venues, these opera houses. That's why it was called a house, because it wasn't massive. It was like opera house. But he did that in a massive venue, with lots of people and tiers to the building up, with people sat at those different levels. And it was amazing that he could still carry his voice almost with the same strength that you heard it with the microphone. Not quite, but almost. So it was incredibly impressive. And it wasn't that I didn't like it. I loved it. But you've got to realise there's certain if I disconnect my personal feelings and just look at it from a technical standpoint, skill, natural talent, etc., then it was the perfect ending to that song because it was incredible and it was like a massive full stop. And some people said, some dears said, like a cry of emotion. I could see that, fine. But if I then bring in my personal taste, then that's where it changes a little. Because you have to have a personal taste. And I feel that a song like that, that's got a very sad context to it, very sad story, I don't know. I just think it's it's a song that should be finished. It's kind of a song that is quite a slow, subdued song anyway. And I just think it should kind of be finished a little bit like that. You know, like, I loved his start to Kiev. I thought it was amazing. Probably the most emotion I've heard in him. Probably full stop. It was a truly incredible start, and I loved it. And even the middle was fine. But it was just, I think, then if you kind of, I preferred like his finish in the Moscow performance, how he just kind of finished it very subdued and calm and quiet. Or you could even say from the Singer performance, when he did do that high note like he did at the end of Kiev, but instead of keeping it powerful, he kind of trailed it off into the void and, you know, just let it kind of drift away gently. And that was beautiful. It was just like haunting note just drifting, and then it just eased away. And it was beautiful, the ending. And I think both of those were endings to that song that I personally liked. And, but like I say, the main thing to remember is I said personally. You know, that's because I'm engaging my emotions into this. From a completely technical aspect, if I disconnect my emotions, then it were a great ending, and it was a perfect performance, and it was just incredible all the way through, including what he did at the end. From a personal aspect now. It was still incredible and such a wow moment, but, you know, I just didn't feel that was the ending, that song, for that song. But that's a personal thing, not the technical side. I mean, if you look at how Koji sang it, I mean, I got a little bit, I did get a little bit emotional there with that, but it was to do with that, with a lot of things, you know, the emotion he was putting in, what I saw in him when he was singing, you know, and how he sang it, I just drifted it away while cradling that microphone. It was such a beautiful ending to that song that Koji did. So all that kind of thing, I'd say that personally is my taste. But, you know, if I look at it from technical, it's great. So it's like I say, so don't think I didn't like it. I did. I did truly like it. I mean, it still scored 10. It just from if I engage the personal side. Right, let's move on. What do you judge the highest when listening to a song? This is a good question. I actually judge emotion the highest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do know technical aspects, I do know notes, I do know, as you can tell, you know, I do know a lot of things, I see a lot of things, I look deep into things. I don't take everything to surface level, I'll try and dig even deeper and try and go into, and then you notice I eventually drift away from the technical side and that kind of way, but then slip into the emotional side. And once I get into that, I really let myself go. I'll look into detail and things like that, because it's just, for me, a D6 is a D6 sang by Dimash, me, you, anybody. A D6 is a D6. That's what it is. If you can sing a D6, you can sing it. You see, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. If you can sing it, you can sing it. But emotion cannot be just equaled like that. You cannot just say that there's not a point of emotion that you just have to equal to make it equal to the person who previously did it. Emotions are a sliding scale. You know, people can put in less or more, and even a look can convey so much. In SOS, I mean, I paused on a look he did, and that look stayed with me for about 4 days. I was my mind just wouldn't let go of it. Just kept reading into it. What's he saying? What does he mean? Where's it going? What's his head thinking? What do I think is looking at that time? What do I think his vision is seeing? Where has he taken us? We're emotional. He's taken us somewhere emotional. But what is he seeing to get there, to bring us there? It was like there was so much in my head that was from one look. And that's how I go, you see. When I watch somebody sing, I listen to all the notes and I'll pause and I'll say, yeah, this sounds like this note, whatever. But anybody can do that note if they can reach it. If they can reach a D6, they can do a D6. It's still impressive, but they can do it. But if somebody can convey emotion on a level that others can't, that is different. Because you can't just, oh, I can show emotion, so I can do emotion. No, you can show emotion, everybody shows emotion. But it's about showing emotion in the right way for that song, in the right context. It's important, it's vital. So for me, yeah, the most important thing when judging singing is usually for me is the emotional side. How did you feel sad at that part of Sinful Passion? I knew this would get asked. And I never explained it. Okay, so I will. But I'm only going to explain it once. I don't really want to explain it further. It was at the start where he started going coming down with that. That was fine. It was impressive as hell. It kind of really caught your attention. But it was this part. I'll actually show it you. This part. That was what hit me. And now I'm going to tell you why. And this might sound like I'm going to wax lyrical here or be a little bit, descriptive in a weird sort of way. But it's the only way in my mind that I can explain it. So I'm going to say it like that. When I heard him sing that, I felt such sadness because I had heard that cry before. Not in that beautiful tone he sang it. The cry I heard was full of despair. There was nothing beautiful about it. It was agonizing. And I know that because that was that was the kind of noise. I'm going to put this the only way I can. I hope you understand that. It may sound like I'm, like I say, waxing lyrically. I don't mean to. But that was the noise my heart made the day my father died. It was the agonizing, desperate, terrified, angry, hopeless cry that I made that day when my father passed away. And that's what I heard in that part of the song. I didn't hear the beauty of it. I didn't hear the beautiful notes. I heard agony. I heard sadness. I heard despair. And I was sad. That is why I felt sad at that part. And that's why I try, when I listen to it, to disconnect to some extent, because every time I hear it, I do feel that sadness. I hope that explains that. Yes, you see, that's the kind of level I go to. Anyway, let's carry on. Why do you wait for long to do Dimash reactions? I'm sorry about that. Time flies. It's like I don't really sometimes notice how many days have gone by. It feels like I've only just reacted to it about a few days ago, and it'll be like a week. But also, I think it's because I do want my channel to be other things. But the last time I was going to do a reaction for another band, for another group, but I did really lose my list. And I was like, at the time, I needed to do a reaction. So I put on Twitter that I was going to do a Dimash reaction, and that was it. I'd kind of put myself forward. And then just before I was going to do it, I found the list. But it was too late. I'd already put it down on Twitter. I was doing Dimash, so I did. And that's where the Autumn Strong came. And then, of course, the next video was Autumn Strong as well, because that was the Kiev performance and Koji Tameki performance. So, yeah, but sometimes I just don't realise how much time's passed. And also, I think there has been odd little hint. I don't let things usually affect me, but I just don't want to feel like I'm insulting anybody. You know, there's odd little hint that I get that certain people feel I'm kind of milking deers for subscribers, which isn't true because, for one, I don't even... I know you'll never hear me... Well, I doubt you'll ever hear me say, oh, click that like button before you've even watched the video. That's one of my pet hates. I hate that. I hate somebody asking for likes before you've even watched the video. How the hell can you know if you like it? If you want to click the like button before, that's up to you. But you can't know you're going to like that until you've watched it. But if you want to click it, you can, but I'm never going to ask for that. So I wait right till the end, till after you've watched the video. But by then, a lot of people close off. So they don't always listen to the point where you say if you want to subscribe or whatever. So in that, I probably do lose subscribers by not saying it at the start. But I just don't care. It's my way. It's my way of doing things. My belief is you let people watch it first, and then you might mention subscribers after and unliking the video if they liked it. So I don't know. It just feels like I don't want people. I don't want to feel like that back to anyone, because I've had such incredible support. And I mean, I've had incredible support. It's been like you wouldn't believe. Well, you would, because you're all commenting it. But it's like the things you put in comments, and how supportive you are, and how you've kind of embraced me not looking, not doing the face thing and all this, because it's how I do things. And it's been amazing. And a lot of you, funnily enough, have actually said, well, actually, I didn't think I'd like somebody just reacting but with the voice, but I actually find I like it a lot. And it's like, yeah, you see, give it a try. Give me a chance. If you don't like it and it's not your thing, I'm not going to change, but you can move on. There's plenty of reactors that do show the face. Go to them. I say it in my disclaimer every time. I love you to go to them and find somebody a reactor or reactors who fulfill what you require. But but if you need something that I don't give, then you're not going to get it, because this is what I offer. I would never ask any of you to change, so I won't change. I have my beliefs and my way of doing things. If people don't like it, I don't feel upset about it, and I'm understanding about it. I'm just not going to change, because you change and then somebody doesn't like that you've changed, or somebody else wants you to change something else then, and you're forever changing. And then that's when you get how these other reactors are, where they pause and then they say sorry about 30 times because they're afraid they've offended somebody. It's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not sorry that I pause a lot, and I'm not sorry that I talk a lot, because that's me. You don't like it, you're welcome to find someone who does it. If you do like it, get on the bus. We're driving. We're going along. We're getting on the Dimash bus, and we boop boop. Actually, that sounds more like I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that's the thing. Get on the bus, and we'll travel it together. And I am honoured to have all those that are with me. I think it's great, and I love every second of it. And such things you say are beautiful, and the information you give me, I'm so grateful for about things. And then you tell me about yourself, or you found Dimash, or then the of you that have been to a concert and what you experienced. And it's all such incredible reading. I enjoy it all. It's so fun. This is fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun, and you guys seem to be having fun too. It's like, so why not try and change anything? Let's just enjoy it. Okay. So that's why it sometimes takes me so long. I kind of went off track there. But yeah, it sometimes takes me so long because I just scribble that out. Because I just sometimes don't realise how many days have gone. So, but just know you will get one. As soon as I realise, and I'm like, oh my God, it's been over a week, I should do one. Then I'll do one. Then I usually do one. At times, as I said, though, it will be sooner than a week. But I have found my list now. So my next reaction might be from the list and not a Dimash. So I'm sorry about that. And if you want to watch those and see, then please feel free. It's interesting. Okay, so will you? Oh, this is one that's from somebody else, not to do with Dimash. Will you be playing more games? Yes, I am going back to doing gaming eventually. I did my gaming channel for 9 years and just needed a break. I was getting burnt out on it a bit. I wasn't really interested, and my heart wasn't in it. But and that's what I was going to do. I was on the verge of packing in. I was going to stop YouTube. I was just going to say, that's it. Turn off the lights, close the door, lock it, and that's it. We're done forever. But I thought I'd just do this reaction channel, pass a bit of time. Just get a few subscribers, like 10 subscribers, and who'll be interested in listening to what I do, and say, and you know, leave it at that. Little did I know this is what it had become, and it would be so much fun. But it's kind of put a new life into me. So yeah, I will be going back to gaming, and of course PS5 comes out soon. I'll be getting one of those. So yeah, there'll be plenty of gaming on the channel, and no, the reaction channel will not suffer. I will still be doing reactions, I promise you. It won't be one or the other. It'll be both. I'll keep the gaming channel going, and I'll do the reactions one. I promise you. So don't worry about that. But yes, it should be soon. Actually, I actually had somebody on Twitter telling me they wanted me to. One of the Dimash fans, one of the Dias, actually said they wanted me to carry on doing one of the games. So I'm actually thinking of start carrying that one of the series on from where I left it, so that we can get back into it before the PS5 starts up. Oh, will you do all the reactions? Well, I've just said that. Yes, I found my list. So you will see, and now you've got to realise that a lot of my other reactions are rappers. A lot of you might not be into that, I don't know. I know Dimash has done rap, and somebody told me Dimash has done rap. I haven't seen one yet, but apparently Dimash has done rap. So maybe you will, but you know, there'll be some from rapping, and it's just taste. I was actually quite heavily into rap before this with Dimash came, so and also I was getting into a group called Falling in Reverse. If you do actually want to look to a reaction that I think you'd like, there's one of the songs on my channel is called "The Drug in Me Is Reimagined." It's a beautiful song played with piano. And he's actually a rock singer, but he sings it beautifully. And if you want to hear a nice, really pretty song, I'd suggest you have a look at that. It really is nice. I'll be doing, but he also does rap, the lead singer of Falling in Reverse. So I've got some rap reactions to do of his, and I've got a few more raps from other people, and I can't remember what else I've got, but I've got a few things on the list. So yes, I will be doing other reactions to other things soon. Okay, I will go through this because I know some people still wonder, why not show your face? It's simply, I just don't want to. I just can't be bothered. It's not the way I do things, because I don't want that to become a distraction. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I find at times watching people doing reactions to be very distracting. Yeah, I want to hear what they think. I don't really care if they pull in a shocked face at me. You know, just because they want to drop the mouth open, go wide-eyed and look at the camera, doesn't make any difference to me. I want to hear what a person thinks. I want to hear what they say. As you've probably realised, I'm very much driven by sound, and I always have been. I don't need to see somebody and to appreciate it. So I'm happy just to hear somebody react. I don't need to, I don't need to see them react for me to enjoy it. Yeah, that's my chair. It hates me. So say that every time. But so yeah, that's all it is. I just don't think it's something that's required. And I think that when you bring that in, it becomes part of. You start to look at it like part of a performance. Like you realise the camera's on you, and you realise that if you just sit there doing nothing, people will get bored. So what you tend to do is start to try and do things visually, and when you do that, it can start to feel like a lie, and that's something I don't want to do. So I just don't bring it in. I did it with the gaming channel. I mean, I don't care. I don't feel funny about it. In one of the comments, I think it was in SOS. It was either an SOS or Opera 2. I actually put a link to a video where I actually showed my face, a picture of me in the video, in the gaming video. I hid it in a section of a gaming video, and I tell you what to go on video to see it, and there you go. You see my face. I'm not scared. I mean, I think it's about 4 or 5 years old. I can't remember, but it gives you I haven't changed that much. I look pretty much same, so it gives you an idea what I look like. But the point is that I'm not afraid of how I look. It's not like a case of, oh, is it because you're ugly? No, it isn't. Well, don't get me wrong. I think I'm ugly. I think I look like a bulldog chewing a wasp. But the point is, it doesn't matter. The point is that it's no big deal. I'm not the point where I feel shame of anything. I don't mind people seeing my face. But it's not the way I do it, because it's not something I want to focus on. I want to sit down, I want to listen to the music, and I want you to hear what I have to say. I want you to hear the emotions I feel. I want you to hear it in me. You hear it in Dimash. You'll hear the emotion in him. You don't always need to see him. How many times do you sit there, just closing your eyes and let the music flow over you? Many times. You don't need to be looking at him to appreciate what he's doing, because just the voice is enough. So here it is. This is what I do. This is me. I use my voice. And like I said, it's not a case of I'm doing it for any particular reason. It's just simply I don't want that to be something that I focus on because I'm trying to do a performance. See, I don't want to lie to you. And the reason I don't want to lie to you is simple. Because the first time I lie, it gets easier. And that's natural. That's how everybody is. The first time you might lie, you might feel guilty. But now you've done it, you think to yourself, well, I've lied once, what's it matter? So you do it again. And you don't feel as guilty. So you do it again. And you don't feel as guilty. And eventually you start lying and you don't feel guilty at all. Now everybody's lied. I've lied in my past. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. Of course I've lied. But I try not to, because once you tell that first lie, it becomes easier. When I'm doing this with just my voice, I feel I can stay true to the reaction, and I can stay true to you without lying to you. So I don't want that. I don't want that to change. If I bring in a camera, I'm going to try and entertain you. I'm going to try and entertain you visually. So I'm going to pull faces that I don't really feel. I'm going to look a certain way that isn't true. And once that first lie comes in, it'll get easier. And then I change. And then our relationship changes. Because it's never quite the same. Right now, you hear everything I have that I truly feel and think. And that's how I want it to stay. And I think, I think doing a face cam thing will spoil that. So I've seen there's a lot of amazing reactors out there. Don't get me wrong. I know I speak down on some reactors, and I think there's some incredible reactors out there. But there are also quite a few where if you watch them, you can see they're not good actors, but they're trying to show you what they think you want to see. So they'll do these wide-eyed, wide-mouth, shocked faces, or say things like, "I'm gonna cry," but then they don't cry, and then 5 seconds later, they'll say, "I'm going to cry." And then they still don't cry. It's like, and then after about 8 times of telling you they're going to cry, they never cry. And it's like, well, that bloody crying's taking a long time. So it's just little things. Just, I don't see the point of it. Like with the Koji Tamaki version of Autumn Strong, I got quite emotional there. But it weren't like I went, "Guys, I'm crying. I'm crying." It's not like I did that. I weren't crying, but I had tears in my eyes. And yeah, I think somebody did mention me on Twitter, message me on Twitter and say they could tell I was emotional because of how I was sniffling. And it's like, I didn't do that on purpose. Everybody sniffles when they cry. It's just how it works. So, and then the mic is always open. It's always hearing what I'm doing. So, yeah, you might have heard that. But if you didn't hear it, I didn't point it out to you. I didn't go, "Guys, for you that don't know, I'm crying." You know what I mean? I didn't do that kind of thing because you don't need to. It is what it is. The song will either take you there or it won't. You don't need to tell people that you're doing it. And I think that's just how things grow. So, no. I'm not gonna do a face cam thing, because it helps me be honest. It helps keep me honest, and I think that's what you'd rather have than just seeing me pull fake, shocked faces at the camera for you. And I just don't think you want that, and I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So that's just how it's not going to happen. So as I've said, if you need that, if you need facial expressions, if you need these shocked faces, whether they're fake or not, then you've got plenty of reactors to go choose from. Some of them aren't faking it. Some of them are really amazing. The shocked face is a really shocked face, you know, and they don't tell you they're going to cry. They just get tears in their eyes because, you know, they're real. But I'm not going to be that person either way. And if, you know, if that's not for you, then please move on. And I wish you the best. So there you go. That's the last one. Why not show your face? We're through them. And how long am I on? I'm on 31 minutes, you see. I thought it'd be worse than that. I thought we'd be on an hour. But I'm going to say goodbye now. So there you go. Questions done. If you have any more, I would say, since I'm not big on Q&As, don't rush to send them in. But if you do send some in, when I get a certain amount, I will do another Q&A, I suppose, and I will kind of read them out. I don't put names to them because I don't think that everybody online wants their name put out there. So I protect your name. And if you don't mind, then you can always say, you can mention my name, and I don't mind that. But I will not say your name to a message or a comment or anything on a video unless you give me permission. Because if you're not comfortable with that, I don't want to assume and just do it whether you like it or not. I want you to have control of that. You don't want that, that's fine. You don't mind, that's fine. But I wait for you to tell me. So there you go. Just send comments in, messages in, whatever. My Twitter is open. You find my Twitter in the description. Just click on it and just message me. My DMs are open. You can send them. I don't mind. I'm going to go. So, yeah, I'm not going to say if you like this, whatever, because, you know, it is what it is. It's just me talking. There's nothing good here. So, you take really good care. I really do love you all. And I'm grateful for everything that you've done, for all the support you've given. It doesn't go unnoticed. Yeah, I try and comment to every comment I get for the first few days of a video, but then it gets a bit high eventually, and it gets a bit hard to comment to everyone and react to every comment, because it takes like you sat there for over an hour doing like comments, and then by the time you finish, there's some more, and it's like it's non-stop. But I do try and comment. I do try and reply to every comment that I can. So yeah, just if you want to. So and messages. If you send me a message on Twitter, I will usually, well, 9 times out of 10 I'll reply. So in fact, I don't really think I've replied to everybody so far. So yeah, that's been good too. So anyway, we've done. So you take care. Love you all. Thank you for the support. I hope I can keep being the reactor you want me to be, and the reactor I want me to be, and that we can carry on doing this, having this Dimash bus going, and have a great time. Until then, I'll speak to you again soon. Catch you later. Bye for now.